Hello, world. It's Lee coming to you live from our Gold Coast studio in Australia, and we're joined by our roving correspondent, Nicholas Bergman. How are you, Nicholas?
All good, thank you. Here in Brussels today, beautiful sunny day,
Excellent,
25 degrees.
excellent. We got some pretty good bandwidth there. You're looking the video quality is excellent.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
It's very good.
I
So,
need to, I need to freshen up then.
and so, tell me, mate, what's happening? What's happening in Brussels? What are you doing in Brussels?
Brussels today is a meeting with the European Innovation Council, group of people advising the Commissioner Moedas from Portugal on a new innovation strategy for Europe. He's in charge of research and innovation in Europe. The guy with a 80 billion euro budget.
Wow! And so you caught up with Commissioner Moedas yesterday.
Yep. Speaking about the innovation and that perspective of Europe and what's happening in this world right now. So why don't you run that?
Yeah, good idea.
Hi everyone, here in Brussels today with Commissioner Moedas. Commissioner, tell us a bit about your background and how you ended up here in Brussels.
So I'm from Portugal. I was born in the south of Portugal, and I'm an engineer. So I studied science when I was young, and then I was in the private sector for most of my life.
Most of your life, I mean, you're not that old.
But most of my life, I started working at the age of 22, and so I did really the private sector from working in a big company to creating my own company. Then when I was around 40, I got involved in politics. And by the age of 41, I was elected to the Portuguese Parliament. And then I was appointed by the Prime Minister to come to Brussels to the European Commission. We have different responsibilities, and my responsibility is science, innovation, and research. And so that's what I do. We run this amazing program called Horizon 2020 that is for 7 years, and it's about 80 billion euros. So it's a big science and innovation program.
80.
80. It's important.
That's a lot of money. I mean, you should never brag about money, but I think that's part of what's so interesting here is that you have a lot of resources to put into what you're actually trying to achieve.
Yes, and you know, in science, you really need to do this at the level of the European Union. And so each euro that you invest at the European level has a much bigger impact than if you just invest in your own country. Why? Because science is about scale, you know, and today, especially in this digital world, the name of the game is speed and scale. And so when you're working at the level of 500 million people at the European Union level, your impact is just amazing. So people that started with our grants and from our grants got to be Nobel Prizes. I mean, it's not about us, it's about them. They were really good, but we helped them on that journey.
The European Research Council is very good at finding the best talent and finance the best talent, right?
Yes, I mean, I think that we have been historically in Europe, and that is in our program a reality. We've been extremely good on getting the best scientists of the world. And if you look at the top 1% publications in the world, they are most of them from Europe. So we are at the top of the game. What we've been working together, and you've been very helpful on that, is on creating the same thing for innovation. And sometimes I say that we're very good at transforming euros into knowledge, but then we are less good in transforming knowledge into euros, meaning innovation.
Was the marketing department involved in that saying, right?
Absolutely. I don't know who said it first, but it was very good. It was very good. So we have been using that to explain people the importance today of innovation for society. And that comes from a very young age. So how do you give the right incentives for young kids to want to create their own companies, to follow their dreams? That's a challenge all over the world, and it's a challenge not of innovation, but of the education system. And so we are starting to look at it and looking at what can you do at that young age to help kids.
In your field here now, what's on top of your agenda right now this spring? It's a beautiful day outside.
There's two things that I think, I mean, there's so many. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. But I would probably focus on two. One, blockchain, and the second one, quantum technologies. I think that quantum technology is, first of all, it's just amazing that 100 years after Einstein, discovered all these theories of quantum, now we can prove that Einstein was right. Because so that is so exciting. I mean, I think sometimes I would really wish to be born now, because I'm not gonna see that. You're not gonna see that.
And we never know. Science might solve that too, right?
Yeah, I hope.
Just to finish off, what's your if you have some advice to your younger self, what would that be?
I normally say to young people, one, never follow the advice of your friends or your parents.
We're gonna edit that away.
No, you should not, because I think that, I mean, your parents are always very risk averse, so they want you to be safe, and so they will never give you advice to take risks or huge risks, and I do that to my kids too, and I feel bad about it. So parents normally are risk averse, so they don't give you advice to take really big risks. And your friends, I mean, they can be helpful as friends, but not to tell you what to do. And so my message is like, you are on your own. You have to go deep into your heart and deep into your soul and think, what does really make me tick? You need to take risks, because those things that you really love, they're normally very difficult. There's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of people that want to do the same that you want. So you have to go for it without fear.
Without fear, and of course also apply for funding from the Commission, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sir, thank you. It's been a pleasure. And over and out from Brussels. Goodbye. Sir,
Very good.
No, it was great talking to him, and this is great to see his energy and his commitment to the future of Europe and innovation and the science, and how he's so interested in these things, and that really helps in fostering the discussion, what we get through in these meetings that we're going to have today. I really enjoyed this.
He had some interesting advice for his younger self.
It's a different take on it. I can relate to that, definitely. Need to think about it with my kids as well. The future of innovation and investing is going to be different, just because of the fact that we've taken care of the low-hanging fruit, and now it's going to be a challenge when it comes to more hardware and more deep tech. To use the word that everyone is using right now.
You're using that buzz term, that the deep tech.
Oh, all the buzzwords. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. We throw lots of buzzwords around here.
And we do the buzzword bingo, right?
Buzzword bingo. Absolutely. We can do that. So where are you off to? Is it next week or the week after?
Next week it's Bahrain and Dubai, and I'm hoping to broadcast next time from, I think, poolside something, and share with you an interview with the head of the Dubai Future Foundation. They're doing some great work, some impressive work there. They're very ambitious, building a huge museum for the future there.
Right. It's been great talking with you again, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, mate.